Buhay po ang bansang Pilipinas.
Naging hamon ang taong 2020, lalo na sa combat sports, dahil na rin sa mahigpit na restriction sa kanilang sports. Walang exemption dyan kahit pa sa 2019 Southeast Asian Games Sambo gold medalist, URCC featherweight champion, at UFC fighter na si Mugen Striegl. At siya mismo ang kakamustahin natin ngayon, teammates. Kaya good afternoon and welcome sa PTV Sports, Mark.
Hi, thank you. Thanks for having me. Happy to be here.
Of course. Mark, let's go back to your 2019 Southeast Asian Games performance. You dominated and knocked out your Singaporean opponent in the 74-kilogram combat sambo division. How would you assess your performance there?
Yeah, you know, I'm a perfectionist, and I always I'm my own worst critic. And there are definitely things that I need to improve a lot upon in Sambo. I mean, it's still a relatively new sport, or it is a new sport to me. You know, I've only been training in Sambo for less than 2 years now. But, you know, the finals against my Singaporean opponents, they went pretty well. I mean, it was an 8-0 shutout. And, you know, if you're unfamiliar with scoring, for Sambo, if you win by 8 points, the match is over. So I won by a technical superiority and beat my opponent 8-0.
Mm-hmm. Was it an easy fight for you?
Yeah, there's no easy fights. I mean, you know, there's so much that goes on, so much sacrifice and training behind the scenes. But it definitely it went well for me. It went well for me.
Mm-hmm. We all know that after SEA Games, you made your UFC debut. How would you assess your performance against Russia's Said Nurmagomedov?
Yeah, you know, it definitely wasn't what I thought it would be. I mean, no one wants to go into the UFC in their debut fight and have a turnout like that. You know, I got finished pretty fast in the first round, and yeah, it's just one of those things. I got caught with the left hook. He timed a very well left hook when I was coming in with a punch, and after that left hook, I don't remember anything. Everything went pretty much black, and when I came to, the match was already over. So it's one of those things, you know. It's a crazy sport, and anything can happen with 4-ounce gloves. And hats off to Said, you know, for finding that timing that great punch, and just on to the next one.
Mm-hmm. But Mark, I remember before your UFC debut, you told me that you were still recovering from COVID-19 symptoms, and one of them is phlegm and chest congestions. Do you think that it affected your performance with Said?
I mean, honestly, I don't want to make excuses, and I'll really never know, you know. I will say that after recovering from COVID, I did have a lot of chest congestion that kind of lingered up until the fight. But you know, I felt strong going into the fight, you know, and you know, right now I feel fully recovered. So I think COVID's behind me now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember you saying that you already felt good and you were prepared to fight. But with your fight with Said, has this woken you up that there is more to work on as far as your fighting style is concerned? And if so, what part of your approach do you plan to work on?
Yeah, I mean, this is MMA. You just have to keep working hard every day in all areas, striking, wrestling, grappling. You know, it's tough the way my debut went, you know, but that's the sport, you know, and you know, the highs are high and the lows are low. So it's just about getting back on the horse and getting on to the next one. That's it.
Right. That's true. Just move on, right? Well, after your UFC debut, it was reported that you underwent surgery for breaking your orbital bone. There was actually another report claiming you had an eye injury from your first fight. Have this been addressed? Or do you have any other injuries right now?
No, right now I'm healthy actually. Yeah, during the fight, on one of Saeed's ground and pound punches, I think it was one of the ground and pound punches, he broke my orbital inside my left eye, and they had to do some reconstructive surgery. They had to put a titanium plate inside actually. So right now I'm half cyborg, and I have a titanium plate inside my eye, which they don't plan to take out. The doctor said that the placement is okay and that it can stay there. So, yeah, and as far as injuries before the fight, the doctor said that maybe the area was a bit damaged from a previous fight, that it's possible, and that's why it caved in. But, it's hard to say. I mean, it's fight sport. I took some hard punches in that fight, and I've been in a lot of other fights in my professional career, so I really don't know. But the good news is that it's healed now, and the doctor from the surgery has cleared me to fight again.
So you're okay. Your
Yeah,
eyes
yeah,
are
I'm
already
okay now.
okay right now. Okay.
Yeah, eyes
You
free
are
right now.
cleared. You are cleared to fight.
Yes.
Okay. Mark, at the moment, where are you staying and how's your training?
Right now I'm in Manila. I was in Baguio, and I just got down to Manila, and I'll be training with some of my teammates down here and my coach George Castro, and yeah, I'll be putting in the work and getting ready for my next fight actually.
What is your existing program right now coming into your next fight?
Working on. I mean, it depends. You know, MMA we have a lot to cover, so depending on the day, might be working on striking, pad work, sparring, grappling, wrestling, and definitely strength and conditioning on top of that. So with my next fight coming up now, I'll be training twice a day.
Mhm. You were supposed to compete for the Philippines in the 2021 Asian Indoor and Martial Arts Games in May. Unfortunately, this competition was actually postponed. Any updates on this? Maybe rescheduling in the future?
Yeah, I unfortunately I haven't heard. I was really looking forward to the Sambo Indoor Asian Games and representing the Philippines, but yeah, I think they broke the news just a month ago that it's been postponed. So unfortunately, I haven't heard any updates, but yeah, I hope that it gets rescheduled soon.
Mm-hmm. All right. Aside from the Asian Indoor and Martial Arts Games, are there any competitions you intend to compete in?
Yeah, I'll actually be fighting again in the UFC. My second fight in the UFC this coming April. So I can't give any more details unfortunately because I have to wait for them to make the announcement. But yeah, I'll be fighting again in the UFC this coming April. So I'm preparing for that.
Wow, it's already near, but are you confident that you are already in shape for that April competition?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, fitness and training, and this is my life, and it's part of my lifestyle. You can my wife would be the first to say how right after my eye surgery, just a few days after, I was already taking long walks and doing what limited movement I could do just to stay in shape.
Mhm.
So I've stayed in shape since the surgery, since my last fight, and I'm ready to go for the next round.
You already represented the country in major international competitions. and already played in major professional leagues like URCC, won championship, and UFC. But how different is it playing in pro fights?
Yeah, I mean the UFC. It's the Super Bowl of mixed martial arts. So yeah, it definitely feels surreal. And fighting on Fight Island was an amazing opportunity. And to represent the Philippines, to have my Reebok fight gear with the Philippine flag all over it was an amazing experience. So I'm definitely excited to represent the Philippines again in April, and then again after that for the Asian Indoor Games in Sambo once they get rescheduled.
You have mentioned your fights coming this April, but what can the Filipinos expect from you as an MMA player?
They can expect me to get my first win in the UFC. I'm going to train really hard for this next fight and do my very best, and put 2020 behind me.
Mark, given a chance, who do you want to go up against in the future?
Who do I want to go up against in the future? Honestly, I've never been one to call out guys, but I mean, I just signed with the UFC to fight the best in the world and to test myself against the best, and to represent the Philippines. So I'm just excited for these opportunities, and for 2021.
Aside from your tournament this coming April, any remaining plans for 2021?
No, I'm just gonna train really hard in both sambo and in mixed martial arts, and I do what I always do, just train my hardest and go out there.
Finally, Mark, message to your Philippine Combat Sambo team and combat fans.
To my Philippine sambo team, keep training hard, guys. I know it's tough right now with COVID and all these restrictions and whatnot, but I do believe that things will get lifted and things will go back to normal in the near future. So keep training hard and just stay ready, guys. And to all my fans, thank you for your continued support. I'm going to bring my best this year, and the best is yet to come. So thank you, guys.
On that note, thank you so much, Mark, for spending your time here with us at PTV Sports. We wish you well and stay safe.
Thank you. Take care. God bless.
Nangangalahati pa lang tayo, teammates, kaya wala pa rin maglilipat dahil magbabalik pa ang PTV Sports.